Hello, hello out there. How you doing? Just coming back from an art class. I've just been painting up a storm, bunch of women. Well, one guy came out there. They're teachers at one of our local children's school. It's really great. It's the Sigsbee, the place that I have all these murals painted at. All right. I go out there all the time because I do it for free. And there's room for 25 of the teachers to come in. So anybody that wants to come in and spend 2.5 hours painting with me is cool. So we got like about 25 people. That's the limit. Painted dinghies. We had a great time. And they turn around, they frame them or do what they want to do them, but then they turn around and they make money for the kids. I think it's usually like for their playground. They're always buying new stuff, and this is how they make money. And and of course, I always say, I can't take your money. I won't take your money, but I'll show you. We'll make some money. Show you how to do it. So it was a lot of fun. I absolutely love this place. I have wonderful little connections like this, and I've been here for a good long time. I wouldn't be around at all without them. You know, Absolutely wonderful. I'm wonderfully blessed. All right, so we're getting on the serious side. You guys that are new, um, my name is Rick Worth. I'm an artist down here in Key West, and I have severe dyslexia, so I have terrible spelling, and I'm an awful mathematician. And I used to confuse it. Oh, does that mean I got ADD? That's what I used to think. But I'm too old for that. It's just a joke. I say, you got ADD? Well, I got it too. I can't add for shit. I'm terrible in math. And then they commence to tell me that that's not what that means. Well, my attention has no deficit here. All right. I always like to try to bring this wonderful idea, trying to enlighten people and show them that, hey, like tonight, I found myself telling these teachers that, because my first, there's the number 3 shows up in class. It's actually the only thing that the whole class is 3, 1, 2, 3. Having me in there is the intervention, them in their minds. They're sitting there and they're taking instruction. This is just beautiful. And they make something. This is their baby. That's the child that's born through this intervention. It's beautiful. Taking instruction. And that's what this is talking about. Our Bibles. And that's what we talk about. That's what we reveal here. Every day something gets even clearer and clearer to someone who is caught on to this thing. And this is about our Bible. In case I hardly talk about anything else. Maybe that Mandela shit, but I try not to get caught up on that. I'd rather be caught up on this. And this takes a lot of my time, and I'm really happy for it. I think it's cool. It's just absolutely the coolest thing on earth. But we use a code here, and this code isn't anything that has been made up. I didn't make it up. It's something that's called a discovery. All right. I show people, show you, and show other people how, and prove and point it out how that number system works in anything that's talking about bringing people together, bringing mother and father the way, or anything that has to do with the Kundalini system of electrical energy exchange within the body itself. And they run off a number system. The Kundalini is 1 through 7. Once you get to 7, you have 8, which is control of yourself. 9 is that you have just changed over to a one-minded human being, where both sides of your brains are working together as one. That's it. It's hard to understand how complicated that sounds to other people. But this idea of believing in the Bible by the letter, by the word, by the ink, it tells you right in there, causes death. All right? If you learn to read that Bible by the Spirit, it brings life. Okay? That's it. It's really simple. So, if you're a believer in the word, what you see, you are dead. Okay? Just like that. If you are searching for this God, what it means is you're looking for the light, you're looking for life, and you think that you have to die to get there. That's death. You're just thinking dead all the time. Dead, 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 and you think that's real. Only few people have found this out in time, and here I'm found out, and I'm telling you, and I'm not the only one doing it. There's a couple of people that are out there that maybe putting too much in it and freaking people out. It's just too much knowledge, too gilding this lily. It doesn't need any outside shit. In the Bible, you see this one time Moses gets some crap because God tells him to go and whack that stone just once, and he does it twice. He puts something of himself into it, brought all kinds of hell. He doesn't want any of you. This is the whole idea of how do you know that God loves you? How do you know? And this is listening to this one guy. I haven't heard from him in a long time or seen him, but Shock of Christ is out trying to teach people about God, doing a terrible bang up job at it. You can just, it's just awful. It's just awful. That's what's caused me to come up here, because it just like fired me up, and I was like, come on. I feel like, come on, aren't you understanding any of this? In the Bible, it says, once you look it up, it says, being ministers of the Bible, being, this is from his group of people, his apostles and stuff like that. Being ministers, the New Testament, not by the word, not by the letter, but by the Spirit. For the letter kills, and the Spirit gives life. Oh my God, I don't see how you can think about it being any other way. Moses takes his people, which is you, up the backside of the mountain to the top to freedom. This is where, when you have a whole lot of troubles and sorrows and the whole world's just a shitty place, and you want to get rid of it, there's this idea of drowning yourself, but make yourself an ark. Make yourself out of a gopher wood. No one even knows what gopher wood. Gopher. It's just the way the words, it's how they spell it, but the idea is that go for her. All of these are even Adam and Eve. He goes around, he's got everything, but he ain't got no meet her. He hasn't got, so he's making Eve as his meet her. This is not bad English. This is not the King's bad English. This is the way it translates. And any translation other than this, you make it easier to read, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the spiritual side of this Bible, and there, good luck anyone ever finding out the way home. And you can thank your goddamn Catholic group doing this. They're the ones behind all this crap. All right, that's why they'll fund it. Anything to throw more shit to this pile. All right. Now, it tells you that you have to do the works. The works is the way. That's your Kundalini system. And you have to honor mother and father. That's the right and the left sides of your brain. It also tells you, you have to hate yourself. You have to hate mom and dad. This love business, I have to love everyone. If I'm love God, if I love my God and love my neighbors as myself, that's not what it means. You gotta love your neighbors as yourself. Is as this works is, and that is honoring mother and father. That's the same thing. He just shortens it. That's how it works. It's the same story, same thing. Everything's the same. The code's the same. The symbolism isn't the same, but pretty damn close. How many different ways can you call yourself a tree? He went down and cut down the oaks. We went up to Lebanon to get the cedar. It's so symbolic. It's just, I can't believe it. When you want to, be a part of God, you don't go and cut the head of your penis off or the sensitive part of your body. That's not going to do no good. You got to slip out of your skin, baby. That ain't going to do it. He doesn't want to know. You think he's going to say, oh, are you one of my followers? Pull your pants down, No, that's what the Roman guard used to do. And, oh, yep, that motherfucker is Jew. Toss him in there. You know, some crazy shit. All right. But just because the world, the outside world, does it, doesn't make it right. And you have to understand that that's why there are, this we find that in reality, in the book, what we call reality or not, tells us we made some kind of a vow to have this little separation from him. It's totally made me think differently about being mad and being tricked. This goddamn book. But it tells us right in there. If you really read it on your own, I read it now and I say, what difference do I have that no one else has? What's this enlightenment thing? I look at it and I read it and I see it and I understand it. That's it. No trick, I can't, when I look at it and I talk about it, I say, I'm sure that they hear what I see or whatever. How could it not be so heard? How can we not understand when it says right there, this woman and this woman in the street, the strange woman in the street. This is when your silver has been tossed to the street because you've gone into religion. You've taken the strange woman on. And the Bible, it tells you, if you don't get to know her, nothing's going to happen. You're gone. You want wisdom, you want the truth, you want things, you go and see her. All right. Even Jesus says, hey, by myself, I can't do nothing. You got to take it up to your Father. But I'll take you there. That's the way it is. So be a Jew, to be a chosen one, is to be someone who is inwardly. Someone who does his prayer and solves all of his problems by going within himself, seeking this higher place and reaching this place. Once you're there, you're hold on to. He's not going to give you away, and she's not either. She's been waiting. To her name, this Dinah, all these people, they really mean wrath. There's people up there because it means once you hit there, it just has been waiting for you for so long, and you are just so full of shit that you got to go through this cleaning to get in there. And this is what they mean by rebirth. You got to be born again. And all that is sitting down, shutting your mouth, shutting your eyes, closing off the left side of your brain, however you can. Stop the knocking at your door. You're knocking at someone else's door, but you're not making a noise to do it. Psst, nothing. In complete darkness. So the pineal gland works. Just slip out those garments. Castrate your, not castrate, but, circumcise yourself. That's why they're all circumcising themselves. Oh, do you know that there's a thing in you? You just try that. You take a pair of scissors and you grab your finger like this and just go slow. Put it on there. Find a nice gooey, juicy place. Get that thing to pinch just a little bit and just see how far you go with those scissors. There is a thing in us. There is a pain thing in us. We don't like hurting ourselves. We don't like pain anyways, So when you see it being self-inflicted on yourself, that's some crazy shit. Some crazy. Like people who cut themselves and stuff like that, People, this is something that needs to get cleaned out the brain, because you pollute yourself, you pollute the world around you. This is self-sabotage. Why don't you got everything going for you, but yet, right when you get there, something happens and it's all your own fault, And then on your way down, you start grabbing and pulling, trying to get other people to come down with you or bring the dirt in and because you just want it to be, I want more and more. You need to get rid of that. This is not natural. All right. Because this is to become even is to be Israel, to have the connection between the spirit, the Isis. That's what she was supposed to mean. She means the great mother, the mother of us all. Just because it's named Isis doesn't mean anything. Do you know that it's also Shiva? When Shiva starts doing her dance, that's that seventh chakra coming in. She's coming in. She's cleaning that shit out of you. It's a good thing. It's always been a good thing. Everything that these Christians fear, the end of time, all that stuff, the wrath, judgment day, all that stuff. One visit up, visit this place, get up here, boom, that's it. It's over with. That's it. Now you're cooking with God. That's how it works. Just as simple as that. This is for you guys that are new. You don't want to do your homework. There's a whole lot of shit back there. I want you to read up on things. I want you to understand that. Number 4, that way of changing your mind. It's about Jonah. It's just the biggest one. Everyone throws it in. Does anybody really understand what you were supposed to learn from the parable or from the allegory of Jonah? You were supposed to have learned that God does not kill things with a sword or a bow or an arrow or anything like that. The only way he destroys things is by changing their mind. And if you sowed your seeds correctly and learned how that the sowing of the seed meant, learn what the word really meant, that when you learned what the word really meant, it planted a seed in you. It gave you that intervention as you are trying to create a better you, a want of you. And it's born out of sorrows and suck, they usually would say. Having a child out of suck, all right? It just means that, she knows that she's got to give it up, You got to give up the firstborn, and it's a male child because he's going to represent the outside of you, but he's in spirit, all right? So he has to take this path. And the only way he can get there is by shutting off the awake male, because it's this child. It's this child that comes up. His child comes up clean. Doesn't bring any of you, But he comes back down with wonderful things and wonderful change and wonderful everything. And you become this guy here that they talk about. When on your way down, you have changed your mind. The intellectual side of you is no longer black or red or fleshy, Those are the 3 other horses. You want the white horse. You want this to line up. That's the spiritual side of us. Everything else is, if you're black, if you're in the black, that's because your intellectual side, what's awake, it's making sense out of it. Not like what I'm doing. This is a spiritual side. So that's real. They're saying this is real and tangible and real. So that's the intellectual side. All right. It always kills the spiritual side. That's religion over here. All right. Is this the left side? This is the right side. The left side. The emotional side is here. So if you are emotional, this is like where a lot of Christians are. They just are so emotional. And I was there. I cried at the Stations of the Cross. I did all that stuff. Did it all. I did it all. Gotta be real. All right. And still got nowhere. Still, this is why people come here. Because this only wants this energy. God only wants those people that wanted him. We've been taking it from the side. We've been taken by the wayside for a long time. And I am damn sure not going to get rid of it this time. I'm not going to lose it in any way, shape, or form. I feel I got it. I know I got it. And so I think it wants me to keep doing this. I feel terrible when it ain't doing it. And I actually kind of use it as like, all right, well, if there was like a mean nun around here, you've been working too much for the other man. I'd sit down, read that Bible for 2 hours, So I'm my own punisher, So, but this is a nun inside of me. So it's probably one of the sisters or the maids or something like that. The maids and serve maids or whatever they are. In the Bible, it shows you that she has her own group, the maidens, and the damsel shows up. The damsel is this, hey, she's the one that puts the little note in your head. Hey, wouldn't you like to come down? So this is, the emotion thing. So, the emotion has to be a part of this. This is the world changing. So once this comes about, the emotional side of us our intellectual side, which is the darker side, and our bodies, because I'm ready. I've had enough. I've just had enough. That's what it is. I want my life back. All right. So you no longer want to be dead, do you? Well, on that sixth chakra, you get this chance. Even if you die in your car, you get a near-death experience or something. There's that sixth ladder. That's the works. This is that spot. Whether you gone there or not, or did any of the works, when you in this place of death, before you really die, there's either two ways. You either give up the ghost, which is you're going to leave that body behind, and you're gone. You're going to come right back into somebody's womb and start this all over again. After you've done it again and again and again and again and again. You're going to come back to, well, otherwise, the other one is, you get flashed all these things. You're not ready yet. We're not ready for you. You're not ready. There's still more for you to do. Yeah, because motherfuckers ain't done no work yet. And then they flash a picture of your baby, your mom, your wife, a puppy dog, your favorite food. And you're like, who's going to take care of my dog? Who's going to feed my plants? So this is where the Hopis say that, when this time comes, when you're in the water, this is where you are, this sixth chakra, you're in the water. Let go of the land. Do not hold on to anything. He says, flow with the water. But let me tell you, the Hopis are telling you that this is going to be like some big deluge or something, but it's not. It's this idea of going into the second phase. Let go of the land. You'll have to understand that. And some people, go and listen to some of my other things that I teach about. We are one thing. We have one foot on land and we have one foot in the water. That is, the land is the carnal mind and the water represents the spirit side. If you suggest that you go outside of yourself, this is the beast, the male, the side that is called land. This is the physical, matter. This becomes the female side, and this is the bitch. This becomes the whore on the back of the beast. So anyways, I just wanted to go through that real fast. See if you want to really be a part of this. This is some serious God shit here, all right? The only thing he wants is that 10% of you, and that 10% of you is what runs your body. That little bit of consciousness, that little light, is all he wants from you. And to get there, you have to go in spirit. This means you're killing yourself, so you hate your mom and dad, you hate your brothers and sisters, and you hate yourself. You've just hated everything. I'm tired of it all. So kill yourself in the name of Christ. Right? Cut yourself about here. Right? And that'll separate the top of you from the bottom of you. All right? Physically. While you're gone, beautiful things happen. Beautiful things. And you never know it. Because these are the thieves in the Bible. They come and go. They're not there while you're watching. You have to be asleep. Once he comes and finds you asleep. And if he comes up there and finds you, sometimes you say, oh, my master, he's not going to come today. Because we go up and we sit there. I sit there every night, hanging out. I'm thinking, my mind won't shut down. And then I just say, I'll just go to sleep. I walked halfway there. This is how you know whether or not you're going to go there, is because you've taken it halfway. You at least walk halfway, and Jesus takes the other half. Have you ever heard that before? This idea that if you can sit down, shut off your mind, all it takes is that little second, like lightning traveling from the east to the west. All right, that's a good sign, because that's the transaction that you're getting. All right, is that way. All right, lateral movement. It's just a wonderful thing. It's called knowing. It's all these wonderful things. So if you're serious about finding Jesus and God and all that stuff, this is your channel. But if you ain't, get the hell out. All right? Because you're just dirtying up the place with dogma all over the place. Just dogma, dogma, dogma. Like I started this whole thing out. The Bible says, if you minister this Bible by the letter, you know, it kills. So enjoy your poverty. All right? Or learn the other way. All right? That's what we do here. And it ain't just mine. It's a discovery. And you got to go and show other people's. You don't got to, but it wouldn't be so cool. You don't want to be the only one on this side of the world. We need more light in this dark place. You know, look how stupid the world is. The world is getting dumber. Those people that are dumb are getting even dumber. Just, oh my God, you guys. If you want to escape hell, now's the time. Get your wings on. All right? He loves you just as you are. Just as you are. Just as you are. Don't do a goddamn thing to yourself. That's what he wants. You to be yourself. Practice it. I'll see you guys later. I love you. Sorry it takes so long. I thought it'd be quick. I love y'all.